what can I say? So I will try to save some time. I understand we have gone a little bit long, and lunch is waiting. So I wanted just to wrap up on my side with, giving you some of the priorities and the enablers that we are planning to deliver. And I think the previous panel, so thank you to all the panelists. They spoke on my behalf, and I love, to see the members talking about what is the real change and the real advantage that the clearinghouse is going to bring to the market. So let me quickly wrap up on the priorities and the enablers. What are the priorities of this year? Many of you must have seen already this slide. This is the 5-year plan that I made when I joined. Actually, I made it during my interview for the job, and still is the same, which I'm pretty proud about. And this year is the growth year. So 21, we define what Gaia-X is. 22, we started developing it. We started the first projects. 23, we want to grow in the market. So what are the key objectives we want to achieve? First of all, we want to have a full, and as Roland said, it's not the end of it, it's the beginning of it, but we want to have a sufficiently complete set of services to make use of Gaia-X. Otherwise it becomes kind of an academic thing, which I hope everybody understands is not at all. Second, we want to create some concrete marketplaces. Of course, there will be a master catalog of Gaia-X compliance services. That's easy. When we start, when we switch on the clearinghouses, they will start collecting compliance services. And all the compliance services collected by all the clearinghouses will converge into a master catalog that we will make visible. It's not a marketplace. Of course, anyone can build their own marketplace, but having a one-stop place where everybody can see all the available Gaia-X compliance services, I think it's a good way to show that we are concrete. And that's going to happen. It's one of the objectives we have. Concretely, we already developed the demo catalog. It's on our website. You can look at it. It's 1,500 services. All of them will become immediately compliant to Gaia-X? No, but they give you a kind of an idea of what is coming around the corner. Third, but not less important, we want to convince, or anyway, influence the market. So we want the users to include Gaia-X compliance into their procurement rules. It's as simple as that. So if users want what Gaia-X is doing, now that Gaia-X is making it available through the clearinghouse, to the possibility to really get certified, we expect the users to ask for Gaia-X compliance in their next procurement. So you can imagine we have 400 members roughly, 50% of them are users. Let's say 50% of their procurement will include Gaia-X compliance. That's quite an easy gain to make sure that we start this snowball effect that I always wanted to trigger. And the snowball effect in this 5-year plan is moving us from a position where the ASBL has been pushing for, telling the story, the narrative, and build something, to the market pooling, because the market is demanding what Gaia-X has made possible. So, 2023, I summarize what I believe are the 3 main objectives that I want the association to achieve. First, we need to deliver the Gaia-X digital clearinghouse. It goes without saying, it's the first thing to do to make it all possible. So I'm very thankful to all the partners and the members that decided to pilot this phase. It's a pilot phase. It's far from being perfect, but it's a necessary one. And the fact you see real people not funded by anyone doing it, it is the proof of the pudding. This is necessary, or this is important for their business. Second, we want to increase and reinforce our membership. I know some members are starting to ask themselves, why should I stay in the association? Well, they are doing even great things, but they will make it available for free to everybody. Well, that's not exactly the case, but of course, there's a lot to come. scratch down the surface. If you really want to be part of this endeavor, you need to understand what Gaia-X is. You will need to develop your skills. You will need to liaise with other members of the community in your countries, in other countries. What the best place to be if not the Gaia-X thing? And yes, of course, we will make available services, training, academy, and many other services, but there will be a difference between what we provide to the members and what we provide to the non-members. Last but not least, market adoption. That's a target for this here. Very simply, we want to make sure users include Gaia-X compliance in their procurement rules. I explained you why, but I don't need to. Providers should publish Gaia-X compliance services, and this is already happening. We have a demo catalog, you can look at it. And we want to expand the projects. And I'm glad this is the first instance of this MarketX conference. You see many projects. Next year, and in the next years, there will be another market conference. So the market conference will be the place where all the projects will show up. Not just to showcase, but to explain the others their lessons learned. And we are expecting here as well an expansion on the project adoption, which is exactly the engine to make Gaia-X a de facto standard, as you heard me say this morning. So we want to provide market enablers. We are developing what Gaia-X is. We are starting to develop the clearing. Well, we are deploying the clearinghouse. We have a pretty much complete Gaia-X framework. Now, this will evolve, of course. But now it's time to provide some concrete enablers to the market, including training, including certifications, including test beds, including support for project development, including endorsement, like we already do, including the clearinghouse, as you see there. So these, we call the BEAST 10. These 10 services is the set of services that we are developing for in the next months to make available to our members, to give them an advantage in the market. And to give you some concrete examples, yes, we have standards. We have developed standards. So far, everything is available for free to everybody. We will make available something for free to everybody, but not everything. So there will be cuts. For example, we will not make available the latest releases of documents or software assets. We will not make available all the internal documents, all the internal researches. There will be limitations such that if you want to contribute to the Gaia-X, you have to be part of Gaia-X. And outside, we will expose what we want to expose in the due time and when it is mature enough. So being part of Gaia-X will provide an advantage. Endorsement. We are providing endorsement for many projects. You see 11 projects here, the so-called lighthouse projects, but we have plus than 100 projects. Some of them have been endorsed by the association. So we have been endorsing projects all over Europe. We will endorse for free only projects of members from now on. And we will be careful because endorsement of Gaia-X will become a strong brand on a project. Media, we are providing a lot of coverage and we want to make sure our members have an advantage. So we will not cover, the content of non-members, but we want to give a lot of echo and visibility to all our members that are helping us creating this new framework, this new set of services. Clearinghouse, we discussed that. That's very important. I will come back to this point. But of course, the clearinghouse will offer a set of services. Some services will be provided with special condition to the members and not to everybody. This is something we are defining with the clearinghouse operators. And on and on and on. Training and certification, I think this is an important thing. We want to have a training plan and a certification plan and packages for the members. This will be required from now to the end of the year because you will want to develop skills in your organizations and we will provide it for free to the members. So this is what we are developing. It's a work in progress, as you see, and we expect the contribution of everybody, not just to support us, but also maybe to tell us what type of services or enablers you need from the association, and we will do our best to do it. So we heard about the clearinghouse quite a few times. So when I introduced the concept, I first had to sell it to Roland and Pierre, which were looking at me and say, what the heck is this? And then it was quite complicated also to explain everybody. But in the end of the day, it's very simple. There is many organizations, many associations, many academic and research institutions developing frameworks, processes, methodologies. All is important, extremely important, all is very valuable. But when it gets to concretely doing stuff, you need a one-stop place to go, push the button, and get it. So we always wanted to make Gaia-X different, and I think the clearinghouse makes it different. It's a one-stop place you go to get the compliance, to join a federation, to create your own federation, to be part of a catalog, to create a catalog, to do whatever you want to do with Gaia-X. So is it just compliance? Not really. Think about it. We are creating points of concentration of demand and offer around Gaia-X. This will enable an economy of Gaia-X onboarding, Gaia-X enablement, Gaia-X services. We don't want, and we cannot do it from the ASBL side, but we want to create a network of operators that will provide some services by themselves, of course, but will also resell and partner with other players in the market to provide those services. So you can imagine startups having incredibly good technologies and skill set that are rare in the market. They are totally invisible, but they could offer their services to implement, the next generation of data connection or the next generation of computer data protocols through one or more clearinghouse to help maybe large companies that don't have the skills to adopt those protocols. You can imagine system integrators helping developing projects. We learned these 2 days that developing a data space is not just a technical issue. There's a lot of business implications. So there is consulting, there is system integration that can come around the corner and help. The clearinghouse can become a point of concentration. You know where to go if you want help around Gaia-X, and those that can provide the skills, the technologies, the support, they know where to go to offer it. So I think that there is an awful set of opportunity for everybody, and I hope that you appreciated what we discussed today. I just wanted to, today and yesterday, I just wanted to give you a quick highlight on what's coming next. You know that we're going to deliver the clearinghouse, we're going to grow, etc. TechX is around the corner. We are going to have another recurrent conference, which is the technical conference of Gaia-X. It's the first technical conference of Gaia-X where we will deep dive, we will have hackathons, we will have tech tracks, and we want to attract the community of developers. So in the MarketX, we want to attract the community of the business. In the TechX, we want to attract the community of developers such that people know why Gaia-X is useful and how to make it happen. Please put it in your calendars. You have to be there if you can, of course, that would be great. Bilbao on the 3rd and 4th of May.